Day 3 here at Sadhana Forest, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about what to expect. If you arrive here as a couple, what accommodations do you get? Well, let's take a look. This is the Jasmine Hut. It's our hut. It's an acacia leaf thatched roof and kajua nut wood base with bamboo beams as well, I believe, and jute rope. Let's go up and see. Not all of them are up ladders. There's ones that are a little lower to the ground as well with a couple of stairs. But you get a mattress on a slat floor, a mosquito net, chin-up beams, and a little bit of floor space to leave your stuff, plus a chair, some open parts so that breeze flows through nicely, and usually an overhead view. These guys here, I don't know if you can see them. I'll zoom in here. These are called carpenter bees. They have beautiful green wings and shiny black bodies, and they burrow holes into wood which have to be periodically repaired. They seem to like the color of my shirt. You see those black spots there? Those are little holes they've begun digging. So they live here amongst the folks, and they have cool eyes and beautifully colored wings. And oh, this one's cleaning himself. So cute. Yeah, they burrow into the wood and make themselves little tunnel-like homes. So once those get to the point where they begin potentially compromising the structure of the wood, they're filled in with a natural filler, like this here, and are later repaired or replaced with other beams as needed. They haven't seemed too interested in us really at all, as far as, you know, being annoying or bothersome or whatever. They're just doing their bee thing. They're a very cool animal. Cool little insect. There's actually a lot of very interesting animals here. We have wild boar. There are beautiful Bufo melanostictus type toads here. There are these carpenter bees. We've seen an amazing, very big, full-grown cobra that's just been kind of minding their own business and moving through the camp. And also living here, animals who've chosen to live here of their own volition are some dogs and some cats. Any animal that comes into the space that has a domestic sort of background, or would be a domesticated animal, gets care here. So we had a dog from a neighboring village come into Sadhana Forest, who had been caught in a leg trap and sadly needed a small amputation of one of his legs on the first joint. So they're providing that veterinary care and now caring for him with this as his kind of forever home. That's all very kind. The cats here are looked after very well. And there's also a goshala, which is a cow shelter, a vegan cow sanctuary here. So those are spent dairy cows and other abandoned cows from nearby villages as well. Lots of animals to see and interact with here. Perhaps not the cobra. But yeah, anyway, this is what you get. It's been actually a very comfortable sleep. I had my doubts. I dream quite vividly here, which is a interesting thing, as my mind tends to want to rationalize all the little forest sounds I hear, like the little clucks of frogs and some of the nighttime singing birds. But it adds to sort of a peaceful soundscape overall. But it does cause some rather vivid dreams, I must say. There you have it. your accommodations, and also the accommodations of animals here at Sadhana Forest. What do you think? Would you stay here? Could you sleep here? Drop a comment and let me know. Have you been to Sadhana Forest? Have you stayed in the dorm? If you're just a single person, there's like a dorm with individual beds and mosquito nettings. Have you stayed there? How is your comfort level? How do you think your comfort level would be here? It usually seems about half and half. People say, oh, I could never sleep like that. And other people say, oh, I would sleep like a baby. So, what do you think? This here is another example of a family hut that's a little lower to the ground, 3 steps to get in. There's one over there as well. Clotheslines, everything you need. A nicely marked path to find your way out to the main part. And yeah, lots of beautiful sounds. I'm just going to be quiet for a second and let you hear. Showed you before the toilet and the hand washing station. But how do you take a shower? Let's go this way and I'll show you. So we've got Julie filling a bucket for a shower.
Hello!
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Julie's super cool, does really cool art, and is a plant biologist, is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, nice. So this is the bucket for your shower, and the showers are actually a little ways over here, and I'll tell you why in a second when we're over there. You have to walk about, I don't know, maybe somewhere around 50, 100 meters, probably 50 meters. It's a little bit of a walk, and there is a distinct reason for that. First of all, here's a shower area. You bring your bucket that's full, you wash yourself, and it drains down that slab. So there is Julie bringing her water. What do you think, kind of heavy?
Kind of.
Yeah. So the reason Sadhana Forest has a little bit of a walk built into retrieving your water, just a little bit, is because of their water conservation project. So before they were a forest, they had to become a water conservation project because the land here was completely wiped of all life by the British for a military base. So in that, all the topsoil was stripped away, all the indigenous plants and root systems and leaves and everything that would eventually go to feed the earth again was lost as well. Water is a big focus here, and because of that, they want you to think about that bucket, the weight of the water. So a lot of us, when we take a shower, when we take a bath, we just go and go and go until the hot water's gone. Here, they want you to have a mindful focus on the weight of that water, what that water has both in symbolic weight and in true weight, so that you can understand the actual amount of water that you need to get fully clean. So honestly, when I first heard this, I had a little bit of a dubious feeling, a little bit of a skeptical feeling, but it's true. About half a bucket of water is more than enough to get really, really clean feeling. Wet yourself a bit, soap yourself up, rinse, and wash your hair, all of that. It's actually quite an effective shower, and it's pretty comfortable. It's not exactly the comforts of home with a long, hot shower, but at the same time, there's a lot of energy and water saved here. And as you can see, the water is needed to keep everything green and vibrant. So that is how you shower. There's also soap provided, biodegradable soap. So that's having a shower. Grab your bucket of water, carry it a little bit down this path toward the showers. See it down there? That's where you fill the bucket, right at the end there. Come all the way down here with it. Have your bathing routine. And there you have it. Hygiene, Sadhana Forest. And here I am again in the bathroom, and I gotta say, it's quite comfortable as far as smell goes. If you think about a normal outhouse, yikes, really gross smelling usually. Here, it's actually quite comfortable. If you're not comfortable squatting to do your number 2, There's a couple of implements they've made, like benches with holes, so you can still sit if that's what you're used to. So a couple of the bathrooms have that facility as well. This little cat is always hanging out by the rocket stove here. You know cats. Cats are the same everywhere, it seems. And this is a lovely, shy little dog. Hi. Oh, but you've decided you like my pets? Aw, thanks. That's quite a compliment. Thank you. Hi. This dog was so shy in the first couple of days. Wild boar, again, coming into camp. The dogs are excited to see him. He pops in. Hey, 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 hey. It's okay. Let him go. Let him go. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. He's gone now. He's gone. Good job. So the wild boar is encouraged not to be near the kitchen stuff because it can habituate them to human food. This guy has been really curious. But yeah, even the dogs are non-violent here. They kind of made a scene, and the little boar guy is heading off to do some other stuff. The tech hub, there are more bins to sort other types of waste if you have them. Mixed, glass, paper, unsanitary, and clean plastic. These go into a processing center in Oroville, which is just a few kilometers away. Sadhana Forest is actually within the municipal boundary of Oroville in Tamil Nadu. The folks who are here are the stewards of the land, and the volunteers help steward the land. As I was showing you before, this is called the Tech Hub. You can charge up your gear here, work on your videos if you're me, and lounge. And then behind that curtain is the lounge, and it's just adjacent here to the main hut, which I already showed you. Hi, how's it going?
Lovely.
Right on.
I've had a good night's sleep.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I have been cleaning some pots this morning.
Oh,
It's
that's
been
exciting.
quite fun.
Oh, everyone, this is Jasmine. Jasmine is a UK transplant to Australia who is a jeweler and is hanging out at Sadhana Forest for how long?
10 days.
10 days only, like me. Well, it'll be bittersweet in a few more days.
Don't
You
know
got
why
here the day
everyone-
before us, right?
Yeah, the day before. I don't know why everyone keeps on saying 10 days only, because to me, 10 days is a long time.
Is it? Yeah, I think so too. Nice.
Anyway, I'm off.
Bye. Nice to chat with you. Vegans everywhere here at Sadhana Forest. My God, we can't get away from them. We also can't get away from odd comments either, it seems. Just an aside here, Jasmine gave me permission to share what I witnessed and she experienced in another public setting again. The same person who scolded me for sitting wrong the day before quickly came bounding up to her and in a way that seemed quite judgy and honestly quite stern, said, "When you bend over at all, I can see your bottom in those shorts." Jasmine didn't miss a beat and was very gracious in her response by saying, "Oh, okay then, thanks for telling me." Way more polite than this person deserved in my opinion, but maybe I'm biased. I asked her how she felt about it and she said she went and changed and felt a bit embarrassed but was simultaneously not ashamed or interested in weird comments aimed at her body. I'm here in Sadhana Forest. We've got these 3 taps with all sorts of nice fresh water. We've got people in the background brushing their teeth. They provide you with a very handy tooth powder. You got some tooth powder. You put that tooth powder in your hand. You dip your brush in it. And you get brushing. A little bit of water. Okay, normally I would take longer, but do we really need to see me brushing my teeth for an hour and a half? But yeah, the tooth powder is provided. If you have your own preference for a biodegradable toothpaste, you can bring that as well. And the tooth powder is nice. Feels like it's a bentonite clay or ash soda and other spices type of vibe. It's quite nice. It's fresh, and it cleans your damn stinky mouth from the nighttime. What else would you want? How's this for narrating? You like it when I narrate and brush at the same time? Interesting piece of information I heard about Sadhana today. If you visit here and you love one of the little puppers or kitty cats, they're all open for adoption. And it's not because the community is unwilling to look after them. It's actually because this is a forestation project and cats, unfortunately, remove some of the songbird population. And dogs discourage animals that live on the ground from being on the ground. There are no squirrels, and that is because there are a couple of cats. There are very little in the way of small bush-dwelling songbirds because there are cats. So it's important if you find a connection with one of the puppers here. They're not brought into the community. They come here and then they're accepted. And if they come here, they're raised. But this is a forestation project, and so every little cutie here that is a domesticated type animal is actually up for adoption. So keep that in mind if you visit. Maybe you'll have a new friend. We are blessed to be in the home, the beautiful home of Victoria and Shake and Romy and Rio, in no particular order. Just that's how I said it. And we're gonna eat some sushi. What you making?
So yeah, sushi, like you said, with some marinated tofu. So that has some mirin, some soy sauce. We didn't have aminos. Some jaggery.
Little cut there, got it.
And some like pickle brine, actually.
Yeah.
Then this is roasted carrots with salt, roasted beetroot with salt, quick pickled cucumbers.
Yum. Wow.
And yeah, that's it. Let's see how this turns out.
So just so you know, everyone who comes to Sadhana Forest gets sushi lunch every day from Shake. Every day. Just make sure you come to the beautiful hut and demand it whenever you want on demand. I'll edit this out. And this lovely house is a house where 2 beautiful babies were born that we know of for sure. And we took the tour that Victoria gave, an excellent tour. You probably already saw that. If you're watching this, you probably already saw the tour video. But yeah, beautiful spot. Great values here in the community. This one has ever so slightly more amenities that suit a family, but it's nothing out of the realm of humble. A little bit of a sink and a fridge, but still the same sort of bathroom setup, and a little bit of a mezzanine in the hut and a tiny bit more space. But these active, free children deserve all this and more if they want it. So beautiful space. Thanks for allowing us in. And I'm just gonna scan it. I'm just gonna scan it and show how nice it is. It's long and not tremendously wide, but quite, by Vancouver standards, it's quite wide. But yeah, a nice outdoor space. They've had the odd cow visit. They've had a baby cobra visit. All of that ended up successful because we're coexisting with animals that are also existing here. And yeah, it's a nice cool space with some breeze. It's probably warm when it's warm. Am I right? Yeah. What do you love about your house the most? Is there something you could narrow it down to, or what do you love?
I love that I can see the birds and hear the insects, and when it rains, I know that it's raining. I can feel just before it rains. I can feel
like
the change
humidity
in the
coming
air.
in?
Yeah, I can feel the breeze and the humidity, and I can hear the rain. And sometimes it's just like a wall that's like reaching closer and closer, and you can like wait for the wall of rain to come, and then you start hearing it pitter patter on the roof, and so I really
I
love
do like
feeling
that too.
Connected to the elements.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same answer or different for you?
I like just looking out and like being in the middle of a forest. If you just look around everywhere, you'll see that there's kind of no real distinction between our house. And often the forest does come in. We have cows and snakes and pigs and everything in our house.
The plants want to grow
Plants,
inside, ivy, vines,
inside,
and
yeah.
things like that.
It's nice. It feels very yeah, in tune with how we want to live, which is kind of more less separate from nature, because we are part of nature. Yeah, a lot of this setup is just so that we have kind of food for our family all the time, because we always eat in the community, but sometimes it's not to their preference or liking, and
Totally.
sometimes we just want something else because we
Yeah.
have been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like sushi, we won't get sushi in the community. We also don't want to go out and eat very, very expensive sushi. We can't afford that.
Totally.
So it's a fun family activity to just make this food and eat it and enjoy it together.
And you have lots of awesome visitors. These two lovely children, I'm just going to give my personal opinion on someone else's children. Isn't that awesome? The lovely toddler named Rio is incredibly gifted with communication for the age, both gestural and words. And same the Romy, this slightly older daughter. She's just very, very good at being very direct and has lots of great expression, and you can really see the benefit that sort of having free children and unlearning children or home taught or community taught children. It's an instant difference that you can perceive just in how the children seem to operate more naturally as little human beings doing little human being stuff. In fact, this smaller human being, this newer human being, is eating a sheet of seaweed sitting on a counter. Vancouverites, you're jealous. I know. Some people, they'll be like, oh, my child loves eating veggies. Do they eat a sheet of dry seaweed sitting on a counter? I bet they do not. I know it's not a competition and it's not about comparison, but I'm just saying. The community at large helps care for all the children. Obviously, parents are caring for their children too, but it's incredible to see them just go around and know people by name and grab stuff off their plates and sit on their laps and hang out and chat. And it's very different to how a lot of us Canadians and North American folks in the traditional way do things. Tonight on MasterChef Sadhana Edition. Vegan sushi.
Amazing.
The tofu's raw! No, I'm just kidding.
It is.
Yeah. So it should be. Let's try it out. I'm going to cut that Gordon Ramsay bit out, but it's always fun to try and roast someone's.
Unroasted.
Pan over to shake. So good!
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm going to take it.
Whoa.
Reminds you of Vancouver a little bit?
Yeah, it's delicious. Natalia, I'm going to make you film me eat the whole thing so I don't have to share it. Keep going, we got to get this important content. So these guys aren't the bitey ones. They curl up into a little swirl as a defense mechanism. If you see these, don't worry, friends. If you see the ones that are more red and orange, obviously don't hurt them, but they are a little bit bitey if you step right on them, and it's a little bit worse than a bee sting. Nothing too crazy, but these guys are harmless. Here's a finger for scale. Coming up next, you won't believe the shit I saw. For Vegan Everywhere, I'm David and my jokes are obviously always very good.